Mountain News, first at 4, continues.
A former Minnesota police officer charged with manslaughter for mistakenly using her gun instead of a taser to subdue a suspect is found guilty in the death of Daunte Wright. CBS's Dina Demetrius has the latest.
Find the defendant guilty.
Kim Potter glanced down briefly, her attorney's hand on her shoulder, as the jury delivered its verdict. The former police officer found guilty of both first and second-degree manslaughter in the fatal shooting of a young black driver in April.
Members of the jury, is this your true and correct verdict? So say you won, and so say you all.
Yes.
During closing arguments, the prosecutor called Potter reckless and culpable.
Safe handling of a firearm does not include firing it into a car with 4 people directly in harm's way.
Potter's defense insisted she made a deadly mistake, pulling her Glock pistol when she thought she was grabbing a taser and then firing a single bullet into Daunte Wright's chest.
How can you recklessly, consciously handle a gun if you don't know you have it?
I'm sorry it happened.
Potter sobbed on the stand as she testified in her own defense.
I remember yelling, "Taser, taser, taser," and nothing happened. And then he told me I shot him.
Potter had been a highly regarded 26-year veteran of the Brooklyn Center Police Force before the April shooting. The judge ordered her held without bail until sentencing in February. Dina Demetrius, CBS News.
There are reports of injuries after what officials describe as a major industrial accident at an Exxon Mobil plant in Texas early today. 3 people were taken out by life flight and a 4th by ambulance after some type of explosion inside the plant in Baytown. The facility is about 25 miles from Houston. People in the area reported a loud explosion. The company said a fire broke out at the plant just after 1 a.m. local time. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol is asking Congressman Jim Jordan to voluntarily meet with them. He has been identified as one of the lawmakers who forwarded a text message to then White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows on January 6th. The message outlined a legal theory that then Vice President Mike Pence had the authority to stand in the way of the certification of the 2020 election. The panel is working to identify GOP lawmakers who may have had significant knowledge of events leading up to the attack on the Capitol. Former President Donald Trump is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to block the release of White House records to the January 6th House Committee. The committee wants about 700 pages of documents as they explore Trump's role in the Capitol insurrection. They include activity logs, schedules, speech notes, and handwritten notes from advisors. In Thursday's filing, Trump said the records should remain secret under executive privilege. The lower courts have already rejected those arguments.
Well, some of those roadways getting a little bit busier as we draw closer and closer to Christmas Eve. Just a few hours away now from the beginning of Christmas Eve, and of course, more than a day still till Christmas Day. But notice I-75 at London, we had a few surges of traffic there. Notice up in the sky, though, nothing but blue skies and maybe a few of those high clouds out there. Some filtered sunshine, keeping it on the warmer side. Sunset watch yet again tonight. Mid-50s out there at Buffalo Mountain here in Perry County at the moment. But notice that sun setting. We've got those high clouds out there. Keep an eye to the western sky over the next hour or so. I think we're in for a Christmas treat. Temperatures around the region were warmest in the Cumberland Valley, where we're in the mid to upper 50s. Coolest in the Big Sandy, where we're near 50. And we're splitting the difference in the Kentucky River Valley, 55 urban, 54 in Hazard, and same thing into London. That's a good 10 to 15 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. And we're going to keep seeing the numbers on this map as we head forward over the next 2 days or so. Satellite and radar watching those clouds begin to move in as that warm front pushes on off to the north. It's going to be milder tonight. Clouds on the increase and low 40s for overnight lows as those winds calm down, albeit temporarily. I'll have the latest on what that all means for a warm Christmas holiday coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
Evan, thank you. The holidays can be a stressful time of year. Planning for family meals and overnight guests takes up a lot of time. And if you don't regularly host children in your home, you may be missing some hazards. To make sure an accident does not bring down that joyous holiday spirit, take some time to childproof the spaces children will be. Medications should be kept in child-locked bottles and hidden away, and sensitive decorations put out of reach.
Just view it from the child level. So if they're toddlers and they're, crawling or just barely cruising around, what's kind of on their level? What do they have access to?
We'll have more tips on how to prep your home for the holidays later tonight. Well, the holiday travel rush is underway on one of the busiest travel days of the year amid growing concerns about the Omicron surge. CBS's Anthony Pura reports from Los Angeles.
Across the country, millions of Americans are on the move, including the Larson family from the Bay Area who took an early trip to Disneyland.
We've been trapped for, 2 years, and we're kind of feeling a little bit of wanting to do something a little bit normalcy.
AAA says more than 109 million people will travel 50 miles or more from now until January 2nd, despite concerns about the Omicron surge.
We all got vaccinated. We all got our booster shots. The kid is vaccinated.
While domestic flights do not require proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test, all travelers are required to wear masks and advised to pack some patience.
U.S. Airlines are reporting no uptick in cancellations. In fact, United Airlines says they're on track to fly 420,000 passengers every day.
AAA expects more than 6 million people to hit the skies over the next few days, nearly tripling the amount of holiday travelers flying last year. At LAX, the second busiest airport in the nation, people were able to get COVID-19 vaccinations and booster shots Wednesday.
It's great to have it here and very easily and for free.
For those planning holiday gatherings indoors, the CDC is warning Americans to keep it small and get tested ahead of time.
That week before people get together is really crucial. Of course, if they can get rapid testing right before, like the moment before they're about to take off their masks, that's even better.
Health officials also recommend people delay travel unless fully vaccinated and mask up in public indoor settings. Anthony Pura, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And AAA says most travelers, roughly 100 million people, will hit the roads. Gas prices are about $3.29 a gallon nationwide, a little lower around here, but that's more than $1 above last year. The Tri-Cities Empty Stocking Fund in Harlan County has been going on for 41 years, bringing Christmas meals and gifts to families in need. This year, community members gathered to bring another successful Christmas to many kids, donating food, gifts, and coming together to wrap and help distribute the gifts this past weekend.
This year we gave out 575 boxes, and there's a lot of people in the community that were in need and a lot of kids that were without gifts.
Organizers say they're still looking to partner with organizations to give out gifts they have left over from this year, and we'll have more on that coming up at 6. The Somerset Police Department is getting creative with how they give back this holiday season. Somerset Police and the Grinch handed out presents at the Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital, Bethany House Abuse Shelter, and several families in need within the community for their Operation Christmas project. Somerset Police Department Chief William Hunt says this event is a great way to give back to the community, but also shows others that law enforcement are just people too.
It's a reflection to the public that law enforcement in our state is more than just writing tickets and making an arrest. We do truly enjoy helping our community and trying to make a difference so it's better for our citizens.
Chief Hunt adds the best part of this project is seeing the smiles on gift recipients, knowing that for many of them these could be the only gifts they'll receive this holiday season. Coming up on First at 4, the Biden administration announces new relief for those with student loans. We'll have more on the extension and what borrowers should know.
And we're keeping things warm as we head towards Christmas. I'll have the latest on do we need to keep the windows open on Christmas Day.